In just the past few days, there have been multiple stabbings, a shooting, and 11 arrests for murder in Sadiq Khan's London. Today I wanted to give you an update on the violent crime wave that's still sweeping Sadiq Khan's London, and upon searching stabbings in London on Google, I was genuinely shocked at just how much stuff came up. I mean, I knew it was bad, we all know it's bad, but really the amount that came up was quite disturbing, and I thought I'd go through that today. And the first story is actually from today, Friday the 22nd of February. The BBC reports, a 23-year-old man has died after being stabbed in a South London youth club. Police were called to Minute Road in Brixton at about 18:45 GMT on Thursday, where the victim was given first aid by officers at the scene. He was pronounced dead at 19:27. His next of kin have been informed and no arrests have been made, police said. Detective Chief Inspector Mick Norman said this was an appalling attack on a young man in a youth centre, a place where he was entitled to feel safe. All the early indications are that this attack was premeditated and targeted, he added. These youth centres, by the way, are being set up in order to try and stop gang violence. They think if they build more youth centres and get young people doing things more actively in the community, then they're all going to stop stabbing each other. But actually, this is a much deeper rooted problem. I mean, the guy got stabbed in a youth centre. It's tragic. It's a much deeper problem that goes into really a matter of social cohesion and culture, but I've talked about that before. And ironically, if you search Brixton, where this attack happened, on Google, the first thing you read is this. Brixton is a lively, multicultural area with a down-to-earth vibe. Lively. That's one word for it, isn't it? I guess it's code for don't go here unless you want to get stabbed, although to be fair, you could probably say that about most of London these days. The Express, by the way, is also reporting that emergency services were called to North London on Wednesday evening following reports of a knife attack near a primary school. They write, London became once again the theatre of violence as a man was found with what police called a suspected stab wound. Police officers headed to Tottenham, North London, after receiving reports of a stabbing shortly before 4 p.m. The London Ambulance Service, which was also in attendance, took the victim of the suspected stabbing to the A&E. His health conditions are still unknown. And there's another story of a landlord who was knifed while he was showing people around a flat in London. This one's so disturbing. The Standard reports, Mr. Singh, who lives in Harrow, told The Standard, I was showing them around and then in the kitchen I was smacked full force in the face by one man. I fell across the room and managed to get up. After that he beat me and we wrestled and struggled. The second man pulled out a 12-inch blade. I've never been so scared in my entire life. I then was stabbed in my lower left rib, luckily not that deep. I was just shouting no, 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 and the girl was filming the whole time. So these people arranged to see a flat just so that they could go and stab this man in the comfort of a residential home in London. It's crazy. It's so disturbing, and an investigation by BBC presenter Kirsty Lang has found that stabbings like this are now being filmed and shared on social media because people are trying to get likes on these videos that are being shared. I don't even know what to say about that one. But you know, recently I talked about an acid attack that happened at King's Cross Station in London. I was saying it's amazing that it's happening now right in the centre of London where thousands of people go past. Well, now 11 people have been arrested on suspicion of murder after a fatal stabbing in a street near Euston Station. If you know London, or if you live up north, you probably know Euston Station. It connects London with the north and loads of other places. It's a really, really big railway station, and someone was stabbed right nearby and there were 11 arrests for murder. Meanwhile, in Barking, police say a 16-year-old was shot in front of horrified tube passengers. So with all this going on, with knife crime getting worse, with these attacks becoming more and more disturbing by the day, you'd expect Mayor Sadiq Khan to be on the case, right? Well, no, he's just banging on about the new ultra-low emission zone, which is forcing people who can't afford to buy a new car to buy a new car by fining them if they drive their old banger around London. Priorities, Sadiq. We're not funded by the government, we don't have big sponsors, and we certainly don't have massive donors. If you'd like to help support our work, please go to rebeldonations.com/thebuck.